Have you ever questioned why you got involved with the things that you got involved with? Maybe a lot of it seemed like a good idea at the time, and later on we realized, Jesus, that was not the right call. That could be with relationships, with friend choices, or even just like what we chose to be our major in college. How can we escape the perpetual state of wishing we had known then what we know now and avoid repeating mistakes? Yo, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about how we can make a brighter future for ourselves by how we interpret and carry our past with us. So instead of wishing our past was different, or instead of regretting decisions we made, let's think about the fact that everything we did in our life, we were operating at a certain level of consciousness. And honestly, in the past, we are operating with the programmed level of consciousness, the level of consciousness we were programmed to be at. And the older we get, the more we evolve and the more we grow what that level of consciousness is. And also, the more we realize how we were programmed in the past to act on the things that we acted on. But really, in order for us to stop repeating things from the past and to evolve into a higher level of consciousness, we first have to start self-healing. And self-healing is first going to start with forgiving who we were and forgiving the past decisions we made and forgiving ourselves for getting involved with what we now know was not a positive thing. However, it still kind of was a positive thing because everything we did in the past led us to the moment that we're in now. Now we're wiser, now we've learned from those past experiences. So in order for us to not repeat those things in the past, we really have to make sure we've learned from them. And we can do that by first forgiving ourselves and letting go of what happened. Everything that happened in our past, we can learn something from. And if we are learning the right lessons from our past experiences, there's no way we're going to repeat them in the future. If we do repeat them in the future, we probably didn't learn the lesson the first time around. And this is going to be a big thing with getting into relationships, romantic relationships, with the wrong kinds of people. Most of us are only going to be ready for the right relationship partner once we've learned how to disqualify the relationship partners that aren't right. My healing journey for the last 11 months has been really understanding this conceptually, understanding that I needed to go through that kind of breakup in order to elevate myself for a proper relationship. I'm also able to forgive myself for getting into that relationship because I really didn't know any better. Same thing with forgiving my ex-partner. We were only operating at the level of consciousness that we were programmed to operate on up until that point. Now, it doesn't excuse any bad behavior, but in order to let go of that situation and move into a better future, we have to forgive it, and we have to process it in a way where we can understand why things are happening the way that things are happening. A lot of times, and this is a big thing with me, our ego can guilt us. It can shame us for the situations that we got ourselves in. How could we have done that? We're such an awful person. It will really bring us down to reliving these past experiences and staying in a trauma state from them. Moving through those negative emotions into positive ones comes from first acceptance, and that is accepting that we weren't all there and we needed to learn this lesson in order to elevate and become better. That's how we turn a negative past into a positive one. We're not going to ignore or run away from our past, because that only leads us to repeating the same things in the future. We're going to accept our past and forgive ourselves for it and take those lessons into the future so that we don't repeat the same mistakes. And this is really the way out of apathy and depression, by consistently reminding ourselves that we are doing the best we can. Those depression states are coming from really letting our ego run rampant with negativity. If we can start checking ourselves before we let it get too far, we can really avoid lots of states of depression. Path to moving on and becoming better people comes from being able to forgive ourselves and forgive others, learning the right lessons so that we move forward as better, wiser people. If you're digging these kinds of tips, I really encourage you to follow me below on Instagram and other platforms, because I'm really putting out all kinds of content that is designed to empower creative people. Along with that, of course, please like this video if it resonated with you, and subscribe to the channel to see more artistic advice and awareness. And also check out up here, this is my playlist on my healing journey, and I just put out an 11-month update on how I've been healing from my past narcissistic relationship and putting myself together in the best possible way. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and stay creative.